Hey guys, Jackdaw here. Today I am continuing my new mini-series paving the road for the anticipated release of the next Dragon Age game. Through these videos I'll be delving into very particular honed-in lore and plot threads that are rather telling for the future narrative of Dragon Age. Last episode I discussed the blighted mineral known as red lyrium as it spreads throughout the land, tainting everything it touches, wreaking havoc on the ecosystem of Thedas. However, today we have a subjectively worse rival that already has plans for Thedas and its people. A most prideful, hot-headed, foolish rival lingers. One who you could consider to be an enemy, friend, or lover. But ultimately, and most importantly, a man who in the end is sorry and believes he's only doing what he must for the sake of his people. Of course, we're talking about Solas and his plan for Thedas. In order for us to look forward regarding what Solas' future scheme may entail, we've got to recollect everything that has been instrumental in his plan to restore the Elven Kingdom by destroying the Veil.
Cry havoc in the moonlight. Let the fire of vengeance burn. The cause is clear.
Solas comes from a time when everything sang the same. A time before the Veil was created, when the ancient Elven Kingdom of Arlathan flourished. Elves were seen as immortal, powerful mages that ruled over the entire land. The most impressive of their kind were the Evanuris, whom the Dalish elves call the Creators.
Long ago, there were two clans of gods. The Creators looked after the people, the Forgotten Ones preyed upon us. And one god who was neither. Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf. He was kin to the Creators, and in the old days often helped them in their endless war against the Forgotten Ones.
The Evanuris were said to bestow all life's gifts and dole out its punishments. The pantheon consisted of 9 gods. Elganan, god of vengeance, Miphas, the great protector, Falondin, friend of the dead, the guide, Durthaman, keeper of secrets, Andruel, goddess of the hunt, Siles, the hearthkeeper, June, god of the craft, Gillanan, mother of the Hala, and Fen'Harel, the dread wolf.
Fen'Harel was clever. He could walk among both clans of gods without fear, and both believed he was one of them.
While it's still unclear what exactly happened, the Elven Pantheon declared war on anyone who dare oppose them.
It started with a war. War breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders. Then kings. Finally gods. The Evanuris.
Codex entries point to a longing feud with both the Titans and the Forgotten Ones. But regardless of who or what was defeated, the Evanuris were victorious in their conquest. This triumph was the beginning of the Pantheon's corruption. With their hubris, the Evanuris became a villainous tyranny, and in their lust for power, members of the Evanuris plotted against their own queen, Miphas, and in an unknowing method, they betrayed and killed her. This act would bring forth the Elven Kingdom's doom, known as the Betrayal.
You said that the Elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her. A crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
This chain of events set Solas' scheme in motion to avenge Miphas and right the Evanuris' wrongdoings. Solas rebelled against the Pantheon. He worked to free slaves bound by Valisline, granting them sanctuary from their tyrannical masters. He created the Veil, a magical barrier that separated the foundations of magic that Arlathan was built upon. The Veil's creation brought destruction to the Elven. Countless marvels reliant on the Fade crumbled to dust. The people lost their immortality and the majority of their magic too. Then Solas banished each of the Evanuris to the Beyond, where they linger forever in torment. This was the great quickening that the Dalish elves in Thedas still believe today, the disarrayment and destruction of the Elven Empire. However, 'twas not Tevinter nor the pride of mortal man who destroyed the elves, it was indeed Solas who destroyed the Elven world.
It was not the arrival of humans that caused us to begin aging. It was me. The The veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
After locking away the elven false gods and creating the veil, Solas fell into a deep slumber.
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you.
Having slept for many years, Solas awoke. He witnessed the transition of his proud and immortal people, now reduced to the fringes of human society. Once the greatest empire in Phaedus, now a cluster of baboons with a false understanding of their existence. The Dalish elves today spread false tales of the Evanurus' feud, praising the false gods and condemning Fen'Harel, wearing Valisleen as a sign of worship without realizing their slave mark origin. The elves today can't even speak the same complexities of their old language, while the remains of Arlafan are nothing but a shallow husk, its memory long since gone, along with the majority of their magic.
My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanurus down. But still, some hope remains for restoration. I will save the elven people, even if it means this world must die.
While the blame ultimately falls to Solas for the elven people's decimation, what the Evanurus had planned would have destroyed the entire world. Solas believed creating the veil was the lesser of two evils.
Had I not created the veil, the Evanurus would have destroyed the entire world.
While Solas woke up still too weak, he has plans to restore the elven people to their former glory, to bring back the ancient elven empire and its magic. Originally, Solas planned to use his Orb of Destruction to destroy the veil, re-establishing the world of his time. However, his slumber had made him too weak to unlock the orb, so using his own agents, Solas indirectly gave his orb to Corypheus. Corypheus, being an ancient and powerful darkspawn, would then unlock the orb and seemingly die in the resulting explosion. However, that didn't happen. Solas underestimated the Magister. Instead, Corypheus uncovered the secrets of effective immortality, and the Inquisitor was the one who gained the orb's power, the Anchor. As a result, Solas joined the Inquisition with the sole purpose of defeating Corypheus and getting his unlocked orb back, so he could then resume his plan to destroy the veil. Which explains why Solas knew so much about the Anchor in the first place and why he was kind of jealous of the Inquisitor having the Anchor. Of course, Solas's backup plan was too unsuccessful because the orb was destroyed by falling rocks with the defeat of Corypheus. However, Solas did not expect to find someone he could relate to as much as he did with the Inquisitor.
You change everything.
He found a way to care for this world and some of the people in it, and that truly surprised him. But that vulnerability is only going to make his plan that much harder. No matter how much the Inquisitor tried to sway him, Solas walks the journey of death and vows himself to that. He would not let anyone close to him see what he will become in order for him to redeem his world.
I walk the Denan-Shiral. There is only death on this journey. I would not have you see what I become.
If the veil is successfully destroyed, the Evanurus and whatever else lingers in the beyond will be released after suffering years of torment. With their freedom, surely the Evanurus will unleash havoc on Phaedus once again, exacting revenge at the one responsible for their imprisonment.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
In order for Solas to succeed in his scheme to destroy the veil and grant Miphas Vengeance, he will need to silence the Evanurus for good. For this planned succession, Solas has taken an aspect of Miphas' power so he can rise as the formidable Dread Wolf. With that power now invested, Solas can transform into the Dread Wolf. And in this form, Solas as the Dread Wolf is lupin in appearance, but the size of a high dragon with shaggy spiked hide and 6 burning eyes like a pride demon. Solas as the Dread Wolf has taken full residency in the Fade, where spirits and demons serve him willingly. He has an enigmatic ritual for the Fade that has been set in motion, and since his orb's destruction, Solas has been looking at other alternatives for tearing down the veil. Currently, Solas has been hunting the Red Lyrium idol, which apparently belongs to him and he has a purpose for it. Other than that, not much else is known about the Red Lyrium idol, not even its location. It's a common fact that Solas has always had a network of agents working for him behind the curtains. However, the length of Solas' spies has greatly increased. Many of the Dalish elves truly believe in Solas' cause and have decided to join his fight. Even the ancient elves have been acquired for his schemes. The few elves who haven't joined Solas' ranks have begun to call his army Fen'Harel Cultists. Solas' agents, or cultists, whichever takes your liking, already tried to manipulate a war between the Qunari Ben Hasrith and Tevinter kinsmen. An agent of Fen'Harel placed a Tevinter rogue on Qunari land as a bomb destroyed the Qun's new Darvarad. Fortunately, the Ben Hasrith discovered this plot before it was too late. However, if this plan was successful, it would have caused immediate chaos for all of Thedas. And finally, most recently, in a desperate attempt to intercept Thedas' top spy factions, Solas disguised himself as an Orlesian bard with a blonde wig and all of the trimmings. An executor, Carter assassin, Mortalitasi mage, Inquisition spy, and of course Solas were all present. Solas listened as each faction shared their knowledge on the Dread Wolf. Before the executor could speak, Solas killed them. Then he attempted to lie about his knowledge on the wolf, but was quickly caught out. He turned the Mortalitasi and Carter assassin to stone and revealed himself to the Inquisition spy known as Charter. Out of this disguise, Solas appeared to be tired and sad. He knows that many oppose him and that they are not fools. Telling the Inquisitor what he intended to do was a moment of weakness. He admitted he's prideful, hot-headed and foolish, but most importantly that he's sorry for what is to come next. I've already addressed the most apparent plot points that regard Solas' future scheme, like the potential destruction of the Veil and dealing with the Evanurus, but other plot points linger that intertwine with Solas' plan. Solas' Ritual. As I already stated, Solas has started a ritual ongoing in the Fade with the help of spirits and demons. It's a very ambiguous ritual, however we do know that binding spirits and using blood magic undoes both the work that Solas has planned for the Fade and the ritual that has been set in motion. Perhaps more types of these magic is needed to disrupt the ritual. This would make the Mortalitasi and Tevinter Magisters great allies in the coming war. The Inquisitor. Solas' journey in modern-day Thedas started with our Inquisitor. Surely his journey should end with them too. The Inquisitor swore to either attempt to redeem or stop Solas no matter what. This narrative needs to reach its end. Will Solas and the Inquisitor reach a happy climax? Probably not, but that doesn't mean our Inquisitor will easily give up. The two characters need closure to end their story for good. And finally, Miphas Vengeance. I feel like I need to reiterate that Solas did not absorb Miphas' spirit, he only took an aspect of her power before she placed a piece of herself into an Alluvian, as she then goes on to find her next vessel. This means that whoever drank from the Well of Sorrows, being Morrigan or the Inquisitor, they are still bound to Miphal. Solas did not possess or absorb her soul because Miphal is still alive. All Solas did with Miphal willing was absorb an unknown quantity of Miphal's power so he could then use it to rise as the Dread Wolf and fulfill her bidding for what comes next, to slay the rest of the Elven Pantheon. I truly believe that Miphal still has a greater scheme at play and Solas has just fallen ridicule to her. He's blindsided because of the bond that they have shared, but I do believe Miphal has a darker intention and that will soon come to play once and if Solas destroys the Veil. So, what does come next for Solas? There are a lot of future topics we've touched upon, but all I can say is we should expect to see him transform into the most villainous Dread Wolf, as he stops anyone who dare intercede with his scheme. Not only that, but he has an army of spirits and demons in the Fade, with many agents on the field in Thedas. The tensions are rising. Perhaps soon enough we'll witness the magic come back, as Solas rises to destroy the Veil. The Evanurus are too going to be out for vengeance. Only time will tell if we can save our friend before it's too late, or if he is truly past the point of redemption. Let me know your thoughts on Solas' scheme going forward. What stuck out to you regarding his future plan? Do you have any ideas what he will be doing next? And give me your thoughts about that ritual that he already has in the Fade. What's going on with that? Before I leave you, on behalf of For the Fans, by the fans, I'm super excited to promote Dragon Age FanForge. FanForges are contests run by artists. The best designs win awesome prizes and have their artwork printed on merch where they actually make a commission of each piece sold. You can check out the previous winning designs on their website, which is linked in the description down below. But until the next one, make sure you follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all of the other socials that are linked in the description down below. I've been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.